Good morning, students. In this video, we are going to start a new lesson, current and electricity. You have learned a lot about current in your previous class 10. And in order to refresh your memories, you can go through the videos which has been uploaded in our YouTube channel SSTV Public School Khunti Official. Here in this video, we will discuss about the microscopic view of current and other details of the chapter current and electricity. Here first we will discuss about drift velocity, the relation between current and drift velocity, the Ohm's law, resistance and resistivity. So let us begin our discussion. Figure shows you a piece of conductor. This is a piece of conductor. Its length is L and cross-sectional area is A. These dotted points indicate the position of atoms or the positive ions, and these are the free electrons. These are the free electrons. Due to thermal energy, these atoms which are fixed to their lattice points loses some of its valence electrons, and the electrons which will come out from the atom, they are free to move inside the conductor and is known as free electrons, and the atom which loses electron becomes positive ion. So these free electrons are moving in haphazard motion, random motion. There is no preferred direction of motion of these free electrons. On an average, the number of electrons traveling in any particular direction, an equal number of electrons we find traveling in a direction opposite to it, meaning thereby there is no net flow of electrons. And a metallic conductor contains a large number of free electrons. So let it contains n electrons, and at any instant their velocity is u1, u2 dot un. So as we have discussed, on an average, the average of these random velocity will be equal to 0, as there is no net movement of electrons. So we can write u1 plus u2 un is equal to 0. Now as soon as this metallic piece of conductor is connected to a battery, that is, a potential difference is maintained across the ends of the conductor, an electric field is established at each and every point inside the conductor. These free electrons experiences a force under the action of this electric field of magnitude E and whose magnitude is equal to E into E and directed in a direction opposite to that of E, and hence accelerates. Their acceleration may be given as E is equal to force, that is minus E into E, by m, where m is the mass of electron, where m is the mass of electron. As electron accelerates, it frequently collides with the other positive ions, the atoms, the other electrons present inside the conductor. So let T1, T2, Tn be the time elapsed since last collision. Time elapsed since last collision by the respective electrons. We may say that T1 and T2 dot Tn, these are the time between two successive collisions for the first electron, for the second electron, for the nth electron. Then their velocities, then their velocities before next collision may be written as V1 U1 plus AT1, V2 UT plus AT2, Vn Un plus Atn. Average velocity Vd may be written as plus dot dot Un Atn whole divided by n, which may be further written as U1 plus U2 dot dot Un divided by n plus A T1 Tn whole divided by n, or this may be written as A tau. Here tau is known as relaxation time, which may be defined as the average time elapsed between two successive collisions. Now, putting the value of E acceleration, E by m into tau, This is an expression for drift velocity. Now let us go ahead in our discussion. Let n be the number of electrons per unit volume. Then A is the cross-sectional area of the conductor and L is the length of the conductor. So A into L will give you the volume of the conductor. If you multiply it by n, you will get the total number of free electrons present inside the conductor. And when you multiply it by the charge present on an electron, you will get the charge present inside the conductor. Now, this charge crosses the conductor in time, say t. Then t is equal to L distance by speed will give you the times L by Vd. This will give you the value of t. Now we know that I is equal to Q by T. Rate of flow of charge is known as current. So I is equal to Q by T. Now put the value. You will get NEAL L by Vd. So it becomes NEAVD. This relates the current with drift velocity. So this is the relation between the current and drift velocity. Now let us put the value of Vd. So I is equal to NEA Vd EE by M into tau. This gives you I is equal to N E square A. In place of E we can write V by L. So it becomes the essence E is equal to V by L, as V is equal to E into D. Now, so this may be written as ml by n E square A tau is equal to V by I. All the quantities here has constant value at constant temperature. So this we are giving it a symbol R equal to V by I, which is known as Ohm's law, which you have studied in class 10, that current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to potential difference across the ends of the conductor, as long as the physical conditions of the wire remains the same. This constant R is known as resistance of the conductor. Therefore R is equal to ml n E square A into tau. So resistance depends directly on the length of the conductor. Greater is the length of the conductor, greater will be its resistance. The smaller is the length of the conductor, smaller will be its resistance. It varies inversely with the cross-sectional area of the conductor. Greater is the cross-sectional area, thicker is the wire, smaller will be its resistance, and vice versa. It varies directly with the temperature. Now, when temperature increases, electrons starts moving with increased velocity, so they will more frequently collide with the atoms, ions, and other electrons. So relaxation time decreases. As relaxation time decreases, resistance increases, and resistance also depends on the nature of the material. So these are the four factors on which resistance of a conductor depends. And SI unit of resistance is ohm. And every conductor is associated with some value of resistance. It may be more for some conductor, it may be less for some other conductor. Now, what is resistance? What actually resistance is? So, as soon when electron starts moving inside the conductor, they suffer frequent collisions with the other atoms, ions, and electrons of the conductor. That is, it offers hindrance to the passage of the electrons. This hindrance or this obstruction which is posed by the material of the conductor to the flow of free electrons is termed as resistance. Now, R is equal to rho L by A, where rho is equal to m by n E square tau. Rho is known as a specific resistance or resistivity. Specific resistance or resistivity of the material of the conductor. So, if L is equal to 1 meter, A is equal to 1 meter square, then rho is equal to R. So, a specific resistance or resistivity of the material of the conductor may be defined as the resistance of a wire of unit length and unit cross-sectional area. Resistivity depends on the temperature of the conductor, and nature of the material. SI unit of resistivity is ohm meter.